Sunday morning, getting our first rain in a long time. Well, we got rain about a month ago, but before that and after that, we were in a major drought. So this helps. I can't believe the Dodgers lost. What a disaster for LA. They had the best record they've ever had in their history. They won 111 games. They won their division by like 20 games over the Padres. And then they lose to the Padres in the best of 5 playoffs. The city's in shock. They had the best pitching and the best hitting in baseball. They were so overpowering, so good that everybody said, just if you could ever make a case, I was reading this morning on one of the LA Times writers, if you could make a case for just, handing a team a World Series after the season because of how good they were, then this was it. 111 games they won. I think the Astros won 105, and they won last night. Astros will probably win the World Series. Houston, Texas. But LA is in a funk, man. In a big funk. Then they got all the race problems going on there with the city council and the Latinos against the blacks, and the liberals are trying to blame the liberals are blaming the whites. They're saying those are white Latinos. It's funny to read. So it's just LA is just in a bad way. I talked to a woman yesterday is moving to California. She's selling her place in Orange. She wants out of. The homeless are now in the project. It's where the condo where I used to live, where I had not lived, but where we had a place. They're going to they want to go to the Orange City Council meeting to see what can be done, because nobody's doing anything about it. They all deflect responsibility. They're actually in the complex daily, threatening, bullying. And she's moving to Frisco. She wants out. She's listing her place. She's coming here. I'm trying to see if I can get her to go into church. Might be able to keep the Sabbath, teach her about the Sabbath. But she's had it, and she grew up in Orange. She graduated from Orange High School. So LA, Southern California is people are fleeing in droves, and it's getting worse. Because they're so woked out there, they're getting more woke. Stubborn, the evil people are very stubborn. They dig in like Satan. Satan was Ellen White says God gave Satan many chances to repent, and he finally crossed the line. And that's how wicked people are. That's how evil, nasty, foul. They dig in. They get stubborn, and there's for a lot of them, there's no changing them. There's no hope for them. I know people like that. Someone like that in particular. They just dig in. There's nothing you can do for them. God turns them over finally. And Ellen White says Satan uses him. He keeps them alive. Because once God withdraws his protection, you're basically in Satan's hands. And Satan will sustain you. He'll allow you to live if he's using you. I just read that the other day in the writings of Ellen White. Satan will, even though God has withdrawn his protection, Satan will let you live because he's using you. That's pretty darn scary to me. So yeah, they're stubborn in LA. They're not changing. It's getting worse. And you know what? Let them live in that filth and that lawlessness. People will stay in it. They'll wallow in it. Some people like to wallow in the filth. I remember Pastor Carter said that one of the differences between a Christian and a non is when a Christian falls, he falls. We all fall. I fall. But you spring back. You like a I forgot. I think he used a lamb. Goes into the mud and they jump out of it. And you repent, and you confess, and you move on. You dust yourself off. The pig wallows in it. That's what pigs do. They wallow in the mud. I know a guy that's a pig, and he loves to wallow in the filth, in his own stinking, rotting filth. He's a pig. He's always been a pig. He's a nasty, dirty pig. And they wallow in their filth. And God turns them over. They become reprobates. You can read that in Romans chapter 2, I think Paul talks about that, or maybe one of the chapters. He turns them over. When God turns you over, you're now Satan's. He's withdrawn his divine protection from you, and you're on your own. And Satan will use you as long as he can. He'll keep you alive, and you think you're alive because you're special. No, you're alive because Satan's using you. That's why. I'm going to the gym. Big game, a couple of big games today. Vikings play the Dolphins in Miami, but the big one is Dallas and Philadelphia. In Philadelphia. Dallas might lose, but they're for real, I'll tell you that. They went to LA and beat LA last week. It's that when you have a defense like that, you're for real. And I think they have a shot against the Eagles today. You got Micah Parsons and Stephon Diggs playing cornerback. Micah Parsons is just all over that field. He's so fast. Cowboy front four. Yeah. All right, he had a good Sabbath yesterday. We're going to get some lunch later. Hit some golf balls in the rain. You can play golf in the rain. They do it all the time. I don't mind getting a little wet, especially the way I'm hitting the ball. It's all in the grip and the moving the hips. All right, I'm out.